So move on to the next speaker. Retro mode, a newer insight into dry AMD by Dr. Shilpi.
For this opportunity, I will be speaking on retro mode. Does it provides newer insight into dry AMD? We all know AMD is the third leading cause of irreversible blindness, and the main sites of pathogenesis are Bruch's membrane and RPE. Drusen's are the extracellular material deposited between RP and Bruch's membrane, and as we cannot detect the Drusen size less than 25 microns, so the various modalities were explored so that we can detect the Drusens. Retro mode, it is a new investigative tool in the basket of all the investigations we have, and it specifically images the RPE. It uses infrared lasers, and in this the apertures are laterally deviated so that only the reflected light is taken from the structure. Various studies have shown the advantages in the form of it is a sensitive modality, it gives directional information, it has the accurate characterization of retinochoroidal deposits, and it can detect smallest alterations. So the aim of our study was the role of retro mode in early detection and to compare it with other pre-existing available modalities on multimodal imaging system in dry AMD. So it was a prospective observational study on 409 eyes. The exclusion criteria main was the Drusen size less than 63 microns, because when we counted the Drusen, the number of artifacts or the false count rates are very high. These are the various pictures of the multimodal imaging in cases of no AMD, early AMD, intermediate. We also did the EDI, OCT and OCTA, that is ocular coherence tomography, angiography, and vessel density in the 9 quadrants of ETDRS at 4 layers, that is choroid, choriocapillaries, deep and the superficial retinal vessels, so that we can compare it with the established modalities. Number of Drusens were counted using a software .count2, and also it was then processed by using ImageJ software. Now coming to the results and discussions, the demographic profile between all the groups was not significant. When the number of the Drusens was compared in the color photo, FAF mode and the retro mode, the p-value was significantly high for the retro mode and the FAF mode. On the individual comparison, retro mode was superior to color photo. FAF was also found to be superior to color photo in detecting number of Drusens, while when we compared the retro mode with the FAF, it was found that only in the intermediate stage, retro mode was found to be superior. We also studied the extent of the disease based on these three multimodal imaging modalities, and in cases of early and intermediate EMD, the retro mode was found to be superior compared to both the color photo and the FAF mode. The thickness of the choroid and choriocapillaries, it decreased with the increase in the severity of the disease, as is already established. And when it was plotted against the line curve, it is seen that retro mode was most sync according to the OCT EDI. Vessel density, when it was compared with color photo on the various levels, that is choriocapillaries, superficial level, deep, and also at the choroid level, it was seen that it was only the retro mode which was in sync with all the established modalities like OCTA and EDI OCT. So to conclude, it is found to be better diagnostic modality than color photo in detecting more number of Drusen. It is found to be better diagnostic modality when we compare the area of involvement. It was more correlating with the OCTA and the EDI, which are the established modalities. Though superior, as found in our study, this mode cannot replace other modalities at present, and it only acts as a complementary investigation in early detection of the disease. The limitations of the study are it is a cross-sectional one-time study. Longitudinal studies are needed to prove the superiority and artifacts, and therefore the false positive counts cannot be eliminated. Thank you so much.
Study Shilpi, I have one or two questions. Retro mode on the Merante has two options. There are two types of retro mode. So, yes, and autofluorescence is also green and blue. So, which one you compared?
So, all the three.
All.
DRDL, directionally right and left, deviated right and left, and also blue and this green and
okay.
blue.
And when you looked at the OCT, you looked at the cross-sectional image or B-scan image or the unfast image?
Sir, cross-sectional image.
Because when you have drusen's on a cross-sectional, the difference between two lines is 300 microns, is 0.3. So you might miss drusen's in the middle.
Yes,
You
sir.
may say you take an HD20. So I'm thinking in terms of size, but I don't know. Yours is this thing. When you do a cross-sectional, can you do seamlessly throughout without missing any area on a cross-section?
Yes, sir.
It's a line.
It's a line scan.
So I think unfast would be a better, because as sir is saying, you would not be missing any in-between lesions, because those again will be significant.
Okay.
Unfast might be, unfast will give you a uniform. So you can have an unfast of every layer, and on that, when you plot it out, so you can even get that image and put it on image J, and you can plot it and then compare it.
Okay, sir. We
Just a
actually
sec.
did manually instead of that, so that
Yeah,
was
it's just a suggestion.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.